What's up, guys? I'm here to talk to you today about a topic that's a little weird. So I'm going to start and we're going to break it down this is sort of a continuation of my previous thing, but it's an addendum and a fix to my previous videos. This is a video about smoking. It's a smoking video guide for Astra, and it's a little different than how it used to be. I'm not just going to show you how I drop the stars. I'm going to explain a little bit more about how to approach smoking through these guides and how to approach a mindset with smoke and how to use your smokes to divide the map and divide spaces that you want to take. Because remember, that's your goal as a smoker, and if you can't figure that out, then you're not playing controller right. Your controller job is to isolate areas to make it easier to take. For example, if I want to take a main orb, I have to smoke this off to make less things for me to check. Say we don't know what's going on. Maybe they showed some presence here and then maybe they left and now they're showing some presence on B on the other map. You know what I mean? You could, in theory, just run up and take this, but using smokes is what gets you space safer. If I smoke here, then I only have one thing to check, and I can check and clear out more things and take more space. If I'm going to push onto site here, the reason you smoke here and here is not because they're just the entrances to the site. It's because screens and tower here are power positions, and angles from here are really dangerous. These ones are a lot easier to clear with utility. So when I'm playing Astra and I'm going to attack A, if I'm not rushing the site, I don't even really want to run a smoke on those spots. If Astra, you're going to have a default smoke stars, so I'm going to have a star here, but hey, that says I'm going A, so maybe I'll keep another star here. So that way it lets them think, hey, I might still go B. There's still a star here. It's there for a reason. It might get used. So these guys are going to hesitate, and it's going to not let them have all the info here. If I have more stars on here, people are going to think more about this site. So with Astra, you have to remember is that your stars give info, but you can use that to deceive your opponents. So if I want to lurk as Astra, I might give a smoke here for my team so they can gain mid control. But then what I want to do is things like this. Drop a smoke close so I can contest this area here and try to gain this space. Not only is this making it so I have only one angle here and here, this space to worry about, the people here, sure, they can use their abilities, they can push up, they can come kill me, but they don't know exactly where I am, and that lack of information that you give as a controller is what gives you strength. So now, with that smoke, we'll replace it. This lets me do something called lurking, which is where I block this off, I maybe make my way up here, I move back, I play, I listen, I wait, and that's a good thing about lurking is you want to play, you want to wait, and you want to listen, and that's when you're going to do things like that. Move up close, pre-aim your angles, take this space, and slowly as you make your way onto this site, depending on the position of your teammates, maybe they're up here, maybe they got a pick in heaven. If they got a pick in heaven, then either I'm going to drop my smokes like this so they can get onto site, take control. Maybe I'll even pull the bottom here, stuff like that to give them easier ways in, or hell, I might even stun back site here and give them a little stun. Regardless, I want to be ready to use my abilities, and that's what's great about Astra, is the infinite range and the accuracy of her abilities. They can place them anywhere they need to be, and I can lurk. And then now, when I see, depending on what my opponent sees, and I can see maybe I've seen have come in 2 contact here and a contact here, so we know there's 3, and maybe we've killed 2, and I know all 3 are there. So if I know all 3 are there, then I'm gonna just kick it into high gear, drop down here and get up into heaven, and then just hold the angle and start slow walking to get in here and be in position. For smoking, it's all about splitting up things into manageable angles, just like how when you play the game and you go to peek a site, you want to slice the pie. You want to come over to split, you're going to come over here, you're going to peek, you're going to peek, you're going to come over here, you're going to hug, peek, clear, peek back site, peek these, and you want to slowly peek as many of these as possible in as few sections as possible. So I want to make sure I am not peeking 1, 2, 3 angles all at the same time. I want to peek one angle, a second angle, a third angle, hide myself from all of these angles, and peek this angle. And a controller, your power comes from your smokes. That's their most powerful thing in your kit. Astra Hive's 5 stars. Yeah, it's great to do this and go stun, pull. That's fantastic. But that's better when you have your full team and you know exactly where the enemy is. If you don't do that, it's better that you use your stars to go boop, smoke, and maybe you guys all took the control here, so I have to smoke these off. So now we have less things to worry about. If there's people holding this power position, we can't do anything about it. And then if there's people holding this one, at least we can safely drop and clear these areas out without deep, complicated things causing issues. Remember, your job as a smoker is to divide and conquer. You want to split the game up and give your team an advantage. So map awareness, spatial awareness are king. Make sure you're always not exposing yourself to other angles, and especially with Astra, you want to place yourself in position. Say, for example, this is smoked off. I don't have to worry super hard about someone peeking me, but that's kind of a bad smoke. You want to make sure you tuck your smokes into the holes that you're placing. But I want to try to position myself that where my lack of information while in astral form, I'm still going to be able to do what needs to be done. Maybe while this is smoked here, and maybe if I know a team has cleared this out, I'll be able to go into Astra form in a risky position here, and then maybe I can do a pull back sight, and then we can clear that out. So with Astra, you got to remember, your smokes are the most important thing that you want to do. You want to make sure you're smoking and you're paying attention to your enemy's vision. So that's why as Astra, you want to, and all controllers in general, this works the same with Omen, is you want to pay attention to your mini-map, see what your team is seeing, especially if they're not calming things. You need to make sure you can just be able to quickly check and process. So as a controller, you want to slow your game pace down so you can take cover, check map, see what they're doing when they're doing it, drop the smokes in the appropriate places to gain them the space and to give them the advantages for their sight, and then you can go about moving and going back to focusing on your gunplay. But you want to try to separate your focus. When you're doing smokes and stuff for your team, put yourself in a safe position, get your smokes down. And then when you're not, you want to make sure you're with your team, your head's on the gunplay, your stars are already in place for where you need them, and you're going to use them. All right, so if I'm going to execute here on the site, this changes from defense to attack. It's the same general idea. We know Heaven is a power position, so we're going to smoke this off. We know CT is a power position, and it's one of the entrances to the site as well. We smoke that off. And then when we drop these smokes, maybe after using 2 stars, maybe I've used another star here. I'm going to have 2 to 3 stars left. I want to continue saving these stars, hoping my team can use them. But if I need to, I can drop a star here, hit a pull here. That'll clear the back site here, and our team can use our utility to get onto site. And if anyone is playing in this position, which is very common as a last hold, they're vulnerable. And now I still have a star. We can get the bomb down, whether we place it here or here. I'll just put the star in a position to pull off the bomb. And I can either play here and listen for them to run up, and when they run up, then boom, pulled, and they're screwed. So you want to make sure that you're approaching these situations in a way that is leaving you to be unfair. You never want to take a fair fight in Valorant. If you're taking fair fights, you're doing the game wrong. You're wasting your time, and that means you're going to have to try to out-aim everyone, and not everyone you're going to run into is going to be a fantastic aimer. Hell, there's even fantastic god-aim people in Plat. But guess what? These fantastic god-aim Andes in Plat, they've got no brain. So your job as a controller is to outbrain these guys if you can't outgun them. Because even in Plat and Diamond, there's really insane aim people, but they just don't have the time or the patience or the thought processing to go anywhere further with their aim. So you got to make sure that if you're going to be at least on par with them in the aim, that you're outbraining them, and controller is the way to do that. Now, if you haven't dropped over to my Twitch, we play controller all the time. I also play a lot of Duelist as well, but dropping over to my Twitch is where you're going to come join the community. You can get into Discord and join in the fun. You can ask me questions. You can learn off of me. We can learn off each other, and then we can be better Valorant players together. And we can all get lit. And that's my video series that I'm going to be working on too, is lit. It's going to talk about, let's improve together. We're going to talk about the things that I have done that will that taught me how to play the game, the things that I have done via like my life changes, my peripherals changes, and my in-game settings changes that have made my game experience better. So drop the like, drop the subscribe, hit the comment section, tell me why you like controller or why you are scared to play controller. I will talk to you about that kind of stuff even if you don't want to drop. I'll talk to you about it in the comments and we can have a discussion. Thanks for dropping by. Come check us out live on twitch.tv/Kanoodle, and come check me out on the Twitter. I appreciate you guys dropping by. You all got thick hogs. You're all hot. Thanks for hanging out, and have a good one, boys. Peace out.